there's a question for you all. This that we're going over now is Dunham Underbridge, and all along the Bridgewater we seem to have underbridges, but like you saw previous, there is an aqueduct, Bollington Aqueduct. So what's the difference between an underbridge and an aqueduct? Because we've been having discussions about it and trying to find out what the difference is, and I can't find no difference. So if anybody knows what the actual difference is between an aqueduct and an underbridge, please let us know in the comments below. So we've made it into Dunham, and just behind those trees there is Dunham Massey. Normally just in front of me you can get a view down to the hall, so I'm going to go and see whether I can see it and show you guys what it looks like. It's not every day you moor up at the end of someone's stately home, is it? But yeah, it's been a decent cruise. Now I just need to find out what's going on with the engine. I have bought another piece of replacement parts. Nothing dear, but the pressure relief valve on the top of my calorifier I think has gone, and when the hot water is in, it just keeps leaking water out, and the water pump keeps kicking off, and it only does it when we've got hot water. So I've bought a new one of those. It's just a simple case of disconnecting a couple of fittings and putting this in its place, and that should be that done, but I'm not doing that today. I'll probably do that in a few days time. And yeah, here we are. Just down there is Dunham Massey. Right, so you're joining me inside Lady Brian at the moment, and the reason for this, we're still at Dunham, and we've had an order come in, and it's for some of our sublimation slates. So if you haven't seen this before and you haven't seen some of it in our earlier vlogs, what that is you can email me a photograph, we'll do a bit of magic with it, and then we will put it onto a piece of slate. So I thought, while I'm doing it, why not show you what we're talking about? So here goes. So this is the image that the customer has sent me, which is an image of one of their dogs, and that is what they want putting onto a square piece of slate. So we work the magic and we print it out. And now for the magic to appear. Right, so off camera we've got the image, we've got our piece of slate, and now we get to bake it. Not exactly doing a great job of this. It's quite hard for to do one-handed while I'm filming. So basically put that in there, slap that down, and come back in about 6 minutes time. Right, so our 6 minutes are up. It's time to have a look. I'll have to put the camera down while we do this one, I think. And there we go. That is the image on our piece of slate. So I'll just show you. That's the original image And there's the image on the slate. I think she'll be very happy with that. Okay, so as you can see, we're done. They are all just cooling down. Has been a day for dogs. Bit difficult to film this because I'm casting shadows with the camera. It's about the third time I've tried this, but so as you can see, they're all done. Fantastic. I'm sure the customer will be happy with that. It is getting a little bit darker outside now. Obviously the clocks have gone back, but there is talk of maybe everybody sitting out tonight and putting the fire pit on and having a good old set the world to rights session. So I'm gonna go and get changed, get wrapped up, and go and have a nice relaxing evening. Catch you later. Well, good morning. I'm not sure as the camera's picking that up, but it's such a beautiful morning today. Very cold, very, very cold. A bit icy cold this morning. Nice and fresh. Might not be the best for cruising in cold wise, but with this sky, this sunshine, this scenery, it's going to be lovely. We're moving on again today, and we're going to our next destination. Now, up to now we've just been doing little short hops and stopping in some really nice places, but today we have to cruise for that little bit longer. So it is a bit earlier in the morning because we want to get there, we want to find somewhere to moor up and do it before it starts to go dark. We're going to pass through, I call it some of the not so nice places to be on the Bridgewater, but I mean it's still nice. It's just, you know, it's the industrial parts of it, but that's why the canals were built, so it's all part and parcel of the history of the canal, so it is what it is. We also get to some stunning places, and we're going to cover it all today. So I've not had my first brew yet. The boat isn't ready to cruise. I've got to do my engine checks, so I'd better get on with that because everybody else I think is all ready to go and I'm a bit behind this morning. I didn't want to get out of bed, it was lovely and warm. Oh well then, come on. It's definitely a lovely cruise, even though we're getting into the industrial and urban areas of around Manchester and things like that. It's still nice, I suppose. You can't have one without the other, really. What makes it even better is when Lou comes out with cheese on toast. Happy days. So this part of the canal that we're on now is going through bits of tin plane into sail, and it's a very long, very straight, boring stretch of canal. It's not the clearest at the moment, but under that bridge in the distance, through that bridge and a little bit further on, is the end of the strait. It's a very long way.
If you need anything, just give me a shout on here.
Well, I don't think we need a ferry to cross it this time, but that down there is the River Mersey. Well, we're just approaching a place called Stretford Marine, which is just on the outskirts of Trafford Park, and I think there's a few of us going to stop in there. We especially need some diesel, because we've got a diesel fire. We tend to go through more diesel than others, because obviously we're burning it in the engine and burning it in the fire. So it is getting colder, it's freezing now, so the fire will be going on shortly, and I want some diesel to do it. So we're going to stop and get some diesel, get rid of some rubbish. I think that's all we need, but they have got a chandlery, so we might just have a little loop round that as well.
Mine go all like that,
Do you want me to give you some lessons?
Yeah, I need them.
Yeah, let's get moored up and then you can come back for a lesson on rope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you shortly. Is my canoe following yet?
Yeah.
She's 70
Yeah.
foot.
Forever there, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I could turn this round here.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, we struggle in places.
One out, one in. Next one's on his way.
So there we go, that's us all done. We've just fueled up now at Stretford Marine. I think Gary's just going on now to get fueled up and get some water. So we're just going to pull up just on the other side of this little marina and wait for everybody. Everybody's fueled up, watered up, restocked up, and we're back underway. Just ahead of me is a little junction called Waters Meeting. When we get here, when we turn left, we're heading on the Stretford to Lee branch of the Bridgewater Canal, which takes us up to Worsley, which is where the canals kind of started. The first canal, I think, in England was the Sankey Canal, which is up this way in Warrington. But I think the Bridgewater was the first one that was being used commercially, and it started at Worsley, and we're going to pass there today. and that's a gorgeous place, so try and get as much of that on film as I can. I don't think I'll have too much time to go and stop today, but maybe at some other point. Probably got about 2.5–3 hours worth of cruising left to do today. It's already 1 o'clock, so we are up against the time for it going dark. So yeah, while I'm in front, I suppose I'd better stop gas bagging and get cranking it. So let's enjoy as much as you can going through Trafford Park. I suppose everybody has their own opinions of what's nice and what isn't nice. Some people like going through urban built up areas and industrial areas. Some people just like being in the countryside. Me, I don't mind a bit of both. If I had to choose, yeah, probably I would prefer for it to be in the countryside. Where we are now, we're just entering Trafford Park on the outskirts of Manchester. Well, this is what the canals were built for, industry, so it is what it is. But just ahead of me is Kellogg's. Well, very shortly there'll be one of those smelly telly moments, because the smell of cornflakes and Rice Krispies and everything else is overwhelming. It's not too bad about this time of day, but in the morning when you're starving, won't half make you feel hungry. Your cornflakes and your Rice Krispies and all that other kind of stuff. This is where this comes from. Other than a few glimpses of industry through the trees, this is Trafford Park. You know, you see the Kellogg's factory, and then this is pretty much it. We're very shortly going to be more or less right on top of the Trafford Centre, but where we are now, you wouldn't even know really. And then just ahead of us, we got something really special coming up. One of the 7 wonders of the waterways. And here it is. This is Barton Swing Aqueduct, one of the 7 wonders of the waterways. Yeah. We've all just been on the radios. It's cold. It's very cold. In fact, it's biting cold now. My toes are like ice. My fingers are like ice. So I don't think we're going to get as far as we wanted to today. Not that far. I think we're only going to be 20 minutes, half an hour. But I do know that just in front of us is a nice mooring. And it just so happens that that's the name of the pub that's there as well. So I can't wait to get moored up and go and have a nice hot shower, because I am absolutely bitterly frozen through. There we go! Told you, piece of easy. Oh, that's so disappointing. That sun is very low in the sky and very, very bright. But we're here. We didn't get as far as we wanted to, but it's only a very short hop, so we're not too bothered about that. But the sun is very low in the sky. It's blindingly bright. But as you can see, we've managed to get moorings at the moorings. So seeing as we've managed to get on this side, it's only right we nip into the pub and show our gratitude. First of all though, I want a nice hot shower and warm up. See y'all later.